Hello everyone, welcome to your Aquarius new moon reading, and this new moon is going to be on February 1st of 2022. It'll be around 12:46 a.m. Eastern Standard Time when it's going to be at its fullest. So for some of you in the western part of the United States, of course, that is going to be on the evening of January 31st, and wherever you're at in the world, of course. But this new moon has wonderful Aquarian energy coming in. It is an energy of independence. So when you're looking at help that's going to be coming your way around this new moon, it's going to be more coming from like groups rather than an individual. So that's kind of that Aquarian energy. They're more group oriented than, individuals. The new moon energy also has this kind of push to flow with any changes that are coming in around this new moon. And it's kind of this advice to step back from situations, cool down, and have like this rational look at current situations, not all that heated emotion flowing through there. So you can allow things to develop and try thinking from a different angle. So all that kind of energy is coming in. There's an affirmation. I love these Moonology decks that Yasmin Bullen puts out, and this is the Manifestation Oracle. And so you can see here, this is the new moon in Aquarius that's coming up. And the affirmation that she mentions in her little book that comes with this deck says, "There's only one of me, and it's safe to be me. And I love me." So I really, really like that one. And so with all these new moon cycles, of course, every 28, 29, 30 days, we have that new cycle of the moons that happen that go from new moon to the quarter moon to the full moon to the third quarter moon, back to the new moon again. So there's always this fluctuation there, but within each of the signs as well, there is a 6-month cycle. So this is the ending of a cycle that happened like over a year ago. But we have the full moon in Aquarius that happened back in 2021. In fact, we had 2 full moons in Aquarius, one after one another in 2021, which doesn't happen quite often. And so we had July 23rd, and then the blue moon in Aquarius on August 22nd. So if you look around those dates and in between those dates, you can kind of look and see what kind of changes were happening, because this one, the full moon energy for back in that time was about being real. It was about opening up to clarity around circumstances in our life, separating our ego's influence from the capital T truths of the reality of a situation. There was this balancing between the heart and the mind, and this balancing of being real versus trying to please all of the people all the time. The affirmation for those back in that energy was, "The truth empowered you and it set you free." So there was this setting free of something going on around July 23rd through August 22nd or thereabouts. And so since then, all the way up to this new moon, you've been working on all that energy of being more real, of seeing things more clearly, seeing beyond the ego and what your ego was saying something meant, like what story you were putting around a situation. And the clarity came over these last 6 months, which allows you to come in to this new energy where you're allowing the changes to happen with all this information that you gathered during that. So we're going to dive into each of the individual zodiac signs and just see what the Creator wants you to know about this new moon and about what these changes are and what you can go with the flow with. So we'll jump into your specific reading right now. All right, all my Libras, this is your new moon in Aquarius reading, and we're going to start off by pulling a card here from this Spirit Junkie Oracle deck, and this is just going to represent what Creator wants you to know about the clarity that has come to you over the last 6 months, and or what change or changes you are encouraged to flow with or flow through. So one more time here. All right, Creator, for our Libras, what do you want them to know? Actually, they want that one right there. So boom, boom, right away. Look at that. Bright, bright sun. It says shine. And the more I honor my inner light, the more I brighten the world. I choose to shine. Perfect. So yeah, definitely over these last 6 months, you have had this clarity around whatever you focus on is what grows. And if you focus on the shadow within you, then you reflect the shadow more, and you live the shadow more, and you grow the shadow more in your life. Or when you shine your own light, onto your light within you, and you focus your attention on that instead, that is what grows, and it makes such a big difference. And so it's like this Aquarian new moon coming up it's like the fog. You've been burning away the fog by focusing on the brighter things in your life, and it's really starting to show. In fact, this is like the culmination where you probably have been hearing it, but you're going to hear it a lot more, that you are just glowing and what's going on in your life, because, you just might be having this smile that you just a grin, and people are like, wow, what's going on? Because it's like literally night and day. So let's take a look here too at the Good Tarot here, and we're just going to see what else the Creator wants all of you Libras to know about this Aquarian new moon and this beautiful brightness here. Okay, actually they do want that one. And what else? Okay, that one. What else? Okay, they do want that one and that one. Okay, there was 200 there, so that's cool. And any others? Last pass. Okay, that one there. And that one there. Okay. So you've got some great little story going on here. So these two go together with that, and then these two are up here by themselves. So let's start down here. And you've got the Ace of Air, which would be the Ace of Swords in the regular standard tarot. And this is all about new communication, new thoughts, new beliefs. Because air, which swords, is our mind. It's like our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our attitudes, our expectations. So it's all about the thoughts and communication as well. So you've got this beautiful communication coming around this time. Like I mentioned, you might be hearing a lot from people going like, wow, look at you. You're shining so bright and I love it, but in addition to that, this is like this, you would call it the Ace of Swords, which has it's like two different things that it brings. One is it allows you to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realms, those truths of the heavens, of the spirit world, they don't need defending. They are these beautiful truths that apply to all of life. And it's like this higher picture, this higher wisdom that can come in. It also allows you to cut away the small t truths of the ego, of the shadow, like we were talking about. So you really have been able to cut away these thoughts and these beliefs that you had. And that clarity that came over the last 6 months has to do with these beliefs about yourself and how you were beating yourself up over so many things, and you actually began to question, is that really true? Am I really supposed to do that? I should do that? I have to do that? I must do that? And you start to question all of these little rules of your ego and of fear and all those opinions of the outside world, those opinions of the opinions of the opinions. And so this has given you this power to really cut away a lot of those thoughts and those beliefs that no longer were serving you. Yeah, and then you have the Page of Fire. This would be the Page of Wands. And so the fire or the wands represents like your drive, your ambition, your aha inspiration, your passion, and your spiritual like energy. And with the pages, there's two things with that. One is that pages were young, and it's about the newness. So there's this new energy that's coming in, which makes sense with all this bright shininess here. All this beautiful new levels of positive energy of light and unconditional love. It's just like this is what's been building and building and building for you. And then in doing that, that brings in the second piece of the page, which pages were the messengers of the olden times, the hear ye of those times. And so this is also that you're going to be getting messages from Spirit around this Aquarian new moon as well. And to hear Spirit, if we're in the chaos world of the shadow, then it's very noisy. It's very hard to hear the whispers of unconditional love from above, those messages of love from above. But if we, like we were talking about, raise your vibration to one of unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace, then that's the frequency at which Spirit speaks, and then you'll see it all over the place. You'll see it in the physical world through all sorts of answers and synchronicities that you'll see, whether it's a license plate or a bumper sticker or a song on the radio. You overhear a conversation, you get a rogue email, junk mail that has a subject line that just affirms things that you've been getting. So you'll get a lot of stuff from the outside world if you'll pay attention to it around this Aquarian new moon. You also will get mental messages where you'll have answers just pop into your head for something. Like you're like, I don't know how I can do that. And you just sit there and connect, and then they'll just bloop, and you'll have this answer just pop into your head like it was a memory, like you're remembering it. Also, if you have around this Aquarian new moon, if there's a loved one that you has already gone back to the other side, and you're not thinking about them at all, and then suddenly you just have this memory of them, that's them touching the memory to let you know that they are with you and that you're never alone. You know, from the moment they left their body in this physical realm, they have been right by your side 100% of the time, because they have the ability to be with all their loved ones all at the same time on this plane. And that's how powerful we are as supernatural beings. So we can be with every single one of our loved ones all at the same time and not have to share our love and attention. They're with you always, but this is them touching you on your brain, letting you know, hey, I'm with you. Just a little memory, a reminder, I'm with you. And then let's move into these two next. I'm curious. Yeah, okay, here you go. So here is the moon. So Aquarian new moon. Definitely this is about connecting to the higher realms, because this is the high priestess energy. She connects to the unconscious, the unknown, to the spirit world. And this is what this is all about, you know, this motherly, nurturing, loving energy. This moon, it really brings in the unknown. It brings, you trust your gut, you can see into the unknown. You can see into all those things that you can't see with your physical eyes. And so this really is, and works very well with this page of fire here that we were talking about. And then, yeah, I'm going to do this one too. Yeah. Okay. And this is called the calling card, which, you know, the call. And this is the judgment card normally, which this is also about connecting to your higher self, to the higher realm. And normally they'll have like picture of individuals standing up in their coffins, which represents the physical human shadowy side of ourself, and then they have the, you know, angelic being, the spirit being, trumpet, waking us up, telling us that this is who we really are. So these both are so much about connecting to the higher realm. And now I understand why you're shining so bright, because you're filling up with this beautiful, beautiful love from above, you know, from the other side, you know, whether it's your guardian angels or your spirit guides or your loved ones, like we talked about, or our ancestors, or unicorns, or fairies, or Pegasus, or whatever you believe, those beings of unconditional love and light are on the other side. They are wanting to communicate with you around this around this moon, definitely, because here's the moon on this communication card with spirit card, and here, of course, the moon card itself. So definitely there's this message for you. They want to talk to you. So I love it. I love it. I love it. And then you have the 9 of Earth, which would be the 9 of Pentacles. And the 9 of Pentacles, Pentacles is like your outside world. It's your, all the stuff, like it can be relationships of any kind, whether it's friends, family, romantic, work, whatever. It can be about our jobs and our education, our physical bodies, our possessions, our bank accounts, all of that. And the 9 represents that you have found this beautiful abundance from within. And that makes sense too with all this going on, because you realize that the outside world leaves us feeling empty and feeling hungry still and thirsty still. But when you go inside and you find this beautiful love from within, yeah, you definitely are able to shine and glow, because the 9 is all about this journey looking inward, like this 8 and plus 1 is 9. The 9 card in the major arcana is the Hermit. So it is about this going inward and finding it from within. You're not finding it outside of yourself in the physical world. You're finding it from within. So definitely makes sense. And then you have transformation, card number 13. So you're definitely this whole 6 months has been about this beautiful transformation that's happening in your life. This would normally be like the death card, which is death and rebirth. It's the ending of old ways of doing things, like we talked about, because here's the ace. So you have this new birth that's happening. It's the butterfly that's gone through its life as the caterpillar. It's women going through this dissolving over the last 6 months to allow itself to form into a beautiful butterfly, into a winged creature instead. So you definitely huge message of transformation from your shadow to your light, where you might have been so consumed and focused on the things that were going wrong in your life, the things that were missing from your life, all those things we thought. And so that was growing. But something triggered you during these last 6 months to go like, you know what? I'm sick and tired of feeling sick and tired, and I'm not going to focus on all that stuff anymore. I'm going to focus instead on what I do want in my life and what I'm grateful for in this life. Because it's like we wear this little construction helmet with this hose on top, and our energy is constantly flowing 24/7. And wherever we're pointing that, wherever we're looking, is what our energy goes to and grows. And so if we're like, why is that ugly thing growing in my life? It's like, well, because you're looking at it. If you don't want it to grow, look somewhere else towards something you do want to grow. And so you focus on what you do want in your life, not what you want, and remove it out of your life. Because when you change your energy and focus on what you do want in your life, that other stuff starts to dissipate because it's not getting your energy anymore. So this beautiful transformation is happening. And then you have the 6 of the Earth. Yep, and this is the kind of the giving and receiving card, to where you are no longer in this place where you feel you have to give and give and give and give and give to be worthy, and or questioning your worth of receiving. I also call it my codependency awareness card. And what that means is, and I always try to admit that I am a recovering enabler in codependent relationships. And what that means is, within a codependent relationship, usually the relationship starts off equal, adult to adult in the very beginning, whether it's romantic or friends, family, whatever, when we're adult age and it's adult to adult. The enabler, we have this belief somewhere from our childhood, somewhere it rose up, that unless I'm able to give something to someone else, I'm not worthy to be around, because if I can't give them anything, then they're going to go somewhere else where someone can give something to them. And so we don't want to be in a position where we're not giving. In fact, we also, this relationship starts off as adult to adult, but as soon as our enabler kicks in, it switches into mama bird or daddy bird and baby bird. And we're like, we are giving to you. And I want to give to you. Nope. I give to you. I'm the mama daddy bird. I give to the baby bird. And so we don't allow him to give back to us. So we're not getting back. We're giving until we're exhausted and until we're resentful. And that's what happens in codependent relationships if we don't take an exit ramp off and bring it back to adult to adult. Well, in this scenario, little baby bird here is like, well, hey, I want to be able to give too, and if you won't let me to give to you, then I'm going to give out here. And so if it's a romantic relationship, that can mean an affair because there's someone else that will let them give to them, or it could be any type of relationship where they're become a workaholic because they're investing their energy there because they will get that energy or that gratitude back. They'll be appreciated for what they're giving, or they'll find a hobby to pour themselves into, or working out, or with their friends. They'll be investing their energy somewhere else. And so this awareness comes in because it's really about finding, again, we come back to kind of here with the 9 of Earth, where you have found your worth from within and you understand it and you found it to where you don't question this anymore. You are transforming this belief around your relationships that you deserve to receive, but you don't need from the outside anymore, like we felt so desperate before, because you're finding you have everything you need within you. So it's great because it releases you just to allow other people to be who they are and give what they ever want to give. And where before, if anyone gave to us, it freaked us out. It also would fall short of this high bar we had for them, because if we were looking for them for our sustenance, then it was never going to be enough, because only that love that we find from within is ever going to fill us up. And so the things people were doing were falling short. But when we change and we find this from within, anything anyone does, instead of falling short, it's above and beyond extra. So it's just extra, and we're appreciative of it instead of judging it as being not enough, right? So it's a beautiful transformation that's happening through all this as well. And it really has to do with this finding your little light inside and letting it shine, which is what this is all about here. So I am loving this for you. This Aquarian new moon is going to be a big turning point for you. The new moon, a new birth, with this, especially with this death and rebirth, with this transformation, is a wonderful spark that's coming for you. So exciting. I'll let you know, in addition to these readings, I also do monthly readings for each zodiac sign, weekly readings by each of the elements, like fire signs, water signs, etc. And then I do new moon, full moon readings, and a variety of others throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and be notified immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click the like button, and then click the subscribe button, and then also the notification bell, that allows you to set your setting to be notified immediately. And also that helps the YouTube algorithm share these videos with others. So if you want to help share the love, then doing any of those things would be very helpful. I never expect anything. There's never any pressure. But if you so choose to do that, I greatly appreciate that, of course. All right, all my Libras, just know as you're going throughout each and every second of every day of your life, you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing new moon, definitely. And I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon. And until then, you take care.